Hello everyone, Fatty from Pack Up Punch Traders here. Just want to make a quick review of the day. It is the last week of um, March and Monday. Horrible start. It's Monday, last week of March. Let's just get into this. So we got Celz today. Some solid movers today. Let's start off with Celz. This one I was eyeing heavily. Made a video lesson last night that I uploaded going over this and my thought process, and I was kind of right with this needing a lot of volume to really have a strong move. It did have a good move, but it was generally choppy, as you can see here. Um, just a bunch of back and forth action. You got a solid move here from the low fours to low fives, but besides that, this was probably the best move here. I took the move in the morning as it was holding the breakout level, making a double bottom, confirming it, and then it came back to the open price and VWAP level, which I look for a lot in the morning when plays fail to break down and they come back to reclaim that level. Usually a trigger for more buying, and a short squeeze typically comes through. And happened here, just not as strong. But a good thing I had my advanced orders set. I just wanted my quick 10%. My average ended up being at 408. And this mess here as it was holding. And then got out at 450. Solid 42-cent gain on 1,000 shares. And that was it for the day. We got this nice, generally upward action, but so choppy. I don't like choppy action. I don't have the patience for it. I don't want anything to do with it. Especially when I can avoid it and still make money in this trading. Why not? To make money and be comfortable, I will take that every time. What else we got? Hymc, what a mover today this thing has been. Totally missed it as a multi-day bounce after this whole fade thing. Double top. Yeah, clear multi-day bounce. Didn't trade it as such for some reason. Was really focusing on Celz, but this offered a pretty decent move here. If, midday-ish, you get the confirmation of pre-market highs and keeps holding VWAP, and you get this solid uptrend and volumes coming through. Yeah, and then it starts coming back a bit and it starts uptrending some more. This is definitely a solid um, upward action momentum for higher prices, but I didn't like the choppiness, and with this fat red candle here, I was kind of expecting any level to potentially be a hard stop for it. So I decided I'm just going to be patient and wait for the 270 to break out. I didn't trade it after hours, just going to be patient, let it develop. But Hymc here, solid volume. It really started with this beautiful spike here. Was that after hours or pre-market? I think it started after hours, continued here pre-market. But yeah, choppy mover, but offered really good gains today. And I'm really excited to watch this tomorrow for a potential breakout play. After hours and multi-day breakout levels lining up right next to each other. After that, looking for a test, probably 4. I could definitely see 4 in sight. But our trading style at Pack Up Punch Traders. Take your quick gains, 10-20%, move on. You can always rebuy, but I'm not just going to stick around and see if it holds to that level. What else was there? That's another one I totally underestimated. I saw it, considered putting it on my watch list, just didn't think it was good enough considering there was other stuff that I was watching. Decided, no, let's just ignore it. Kind of a grave mistake. Beautiful open price play, just bursts right out the open, but then you get this confirmation as it fails to break down and confirms the pre-market high level. So if that's what typically happens. If I miss that open price play, I'll see if that pre-market level confirms, and then I'll trade it from there. But here we have, low float, low market cap. You get a little pause around here, the open price, and VWAP takes a burst higher. Solid move, 20% or so, even a little more. But then it fails to break down, and what happens? Volume just comes back. Shorts just get annihilated. Pretty much is aggressive selling or buying right here. And then it gets a little choppy. You can see volume fade out a bit. And then there's just this one last gasp here to the 323 area. No, 323. Oops. My watch list I put previous high is 330. This is on watch. If this could gap up, if it'll totally break down and gap up, it could potentially be a 323 previous high daybreak to test 4. I can see that happening. It's got insane volume. I think it's the most it's done ever. It's the most volume ever. So definitely keep this on watch for potential multi-day breakout maybe in a few days or a previous high daybreak tomorrow. But you know there's been plenty of eyes on this. So this might offer a pretty solid move. Whether it's a multi-day bounce, multi-day breakout, previous high at daybreak. When there's a lot of volume, especially the most the ticker's ever seen, you got to keep an eye on it as well. So I am gonna keep. This is definitely on my watch list. Let me actually pull that up. I'm gonna go over a couple plays here. So far, these are my top watches. Okay. This one here, also continuation with the bounce play here. Completely failing to break down. Larger float market cap, but I am definitely eyeing a 23.91 breakout. As we saw the way this thing moves, I'm not ignoring that. If it has the potential to move like this just because it has a bigger market cap and float, I'm not going to ignore it. It could easily happen again. People remember how this trades. People remember how much money they made on a banger like this. So they might keep an eye out on it. And shorts probably remember this solid nearly, not 50%. No, not at all. But, close to it. $10 here, roughly. 80% or so. I don't, no, wait, what am I talking about? 40% or so. So yeah, and I remember I nailed this bounce play on Friday, and now we're looking at this for potential multi-day breakout as this fails to break down and we're continuing higher. So solid move today on this. Let's see if it sets up for something tomorrow. But this is also on my watch list, not in red, but something to keep an eye on for sure. I am really liking Revb. This one was a failure today. I did have some expectations for this, but failure out the gate pretty much. But then we got this solid grind back, which I didn't really expect. So we'll keep an eye on this. If this could get a move back to the 280s, I will love a 288 breakout to some decent range. I can see this thing test 5 here. So who knows? Lower float, lower market cap, completely failing to break down so far. After a solid move like that, it comes back and cuts its losses in half. Who knows which direction this could go in? So some uncertainty in it, but also today had some weak volume. We'll see how it sets up, but this is something to keep an eye on as it can offer quick moves, and with not much overhead resistance, it could be a play that you could really emphasize on. Hymc went over that for that 270 breakout. Solid volume today. Again, a play the most it's ever had, so definitely eyeing this one heavily for that after hours multi-day breakout level. This trend is beautiful here. Let's see if it continues it tomorrow. If not, whatever. There are other plays. Celz. Is this even a top watch? No. Nrsn. Still watching this one. Today didn't set up nicely. Had a quick little morning spike, but this is why we wait for the higher day to break. momentum still continued lower. It was nice to see that we got a little morning perk compared to the past few days. But this is why, after some consolidation, if this were to come back and break, beautiful. I'm buying. I'm buying big and looking for $1. Maybe a little less, but I'm expecting a move like that to the mid fives. So if that were to set up better, it could have been something, but nope, not enough buyers, and it just headed lower. But again, on some weak volume, and seems like we're getting a bit tighter with the lows here. The low up here, we're in the 80s, so we got an 80-cent drop or so, and then this time pretty much cut it in half with a roughly 40-cent drop or so, 50 cent. So if this thing could keep holding up, the mid threes here, coil back, offer something, like this, where it has some perk or sets whatever high in the morning, but fails to break down and comes back to break it, that high break, that's the entry point. That will show that momentum has shifted and it's not going to continue lower like we've been seeing. You get started off here with this fake out, double top, just carnage from there. Fake out here and just keeps going lower. Here didn't even bother to try going higher, instantly just headed lower. And today, with combining a little perk as well as the tightness with the lows, the new low is tighter than this one, with how I just mentioned, the 80 cent to now the 40 cent. So this could definitely be something that could set up nicely with a low float like this. And we know how this thing could move. I could easily see a move back to the mid fives, high fives. So really excited for Nrsn tomorrow. I feel like there's another one I really had on watch. I mentioned earlier to my friends. Now I'm forgetting it. Whatever, we'll find out. Couple decent after hour movers. This is a low float play. I'll just wrap it up with this one here. 320 after hours high, right around this resistance area. I'll be looking for that 320 area to break for a quick move to the high threes where the next resistance area is, and that'll be it. If that could work out, that could be a nice trade. If not, I'm really looking at Nrsn. I'm really excited for this one. I think this any day now, this thing should offer a bounce, unless some horrible news comes out that takes it lower. But this is, to me, overall from the high, we're roughly down 50%. So I think, especially with some bottoming action here that might be coming in, shorts might start covering soon. So I'm really excited about that. Hymc, DATS, Revb as well. Some decent plays setting up. So let's focus up, get some sleep, and get ready for tomorrow. Let's make some money. Also, forgot to mention real quick, I just had to resume this. Follow us on Twitter. Put out the watch list out there for free. You can view this whole entire thing. Got it on Twitter there. We also send out alerts, any new tickers popping up, whatnot. Totally useful. As well as like and subscribe to this channel. If this video was useful, we got more content like this. We pop them out daily, going over our trades, any lessons on the day, future plays, going over the watch list. A lot of free material that anybody could pick up. So yeah, hope this was useful. Have a great night. Please like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter.